Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of the Rebel Rattle.
The Thrasher Lady Rebel basketball team is 20-1, holds the number 3 ranking in the state by Capital Sports Mississippi, is set to play for the Prentiss County Championship tomorrow night inside Bonner Arnold Coliseum, and is considered a contender for the 1A state crown. Joining us today for the first ever edition of Rebel Rattle are 3 members of that squad: Junior Brookelyn Roberts, Valerie Hester, and MaKayla McDaniel. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
So, question number 1 for you ladies. Why do you think this season has been so successful for this team?
I want to say one reason for us being so successful is our team culture. And that goes along with our work ethic, our determination, as well as the time we put into it, as well as our coaches. And we are very grateful for that. But above all, I want to say that the best reason that we're most successful is our love and passion for Jesus, because we wouldn't be able to do this without him.
I agree with that. Having really good culture is a big part of it. Having sportsmanship. If you don't have sportsmanship, then it's kind of like... But Jesus, also following Jesus and just knowing that we can do anything through him, and it has to be through him. If it's not through him, then ultimately it won't work out for us in the end, because you have to have Jesus in everything that you do.
Yeah, and going along with that, I also think our bond is very strong. Like, you might look at other teams and you can just tell, like, they don't have a good, like, connection with each other. But I think as far as us, like, it's a small team, so drama can brew up, like, pretty easily. But I think with our team, we just have such a deep connection that it just takes us far. And we don't have drama or nothing on the team. Like, we're very, like, down to earth. So,
yeah, you would never know you guys get along at all. Like that doesn't look like it would be.
And I also want to say, like, making time for Jesus before every game is so important.
Yeah.
Like, even on bus rides, we're sitting here talking about Jesus.
Reading our Bible.
And making time for devotions and praying before games has really helped us and calmed our nerves before big games.
Yeah, I think
it's
that's
something we never skip.
Mm-hmm. I think that's like one of our rituals, if you'd say. To, like, before every game, we're praying. Somebody's got a devotion, like different people each game, and I think that has become like part of it. And I think if we had ever skipped devotion, that we would probably lose that game. That's just my opinion.
So tomorrow night, you guys will play in a game that Thrasher hasn't been in since 2003, the Prentiss County Championship. What would winning that mean to the school and the community to win a tournament that this school hasn't even been in the finals of in almost a quarter century?
Yeah, so at the beginning of each season, we kind of like tend to set goals for like the oncoming season. And playing in the Prentiss County Tournament last year, one of our goals was to make it to Friday night, but unfortunately we didn't. But this year, just seeing how much we progressed and stuff, we kind of upped those goals into making it to Saturday night, and so we'll be playing in that tomorrow. And I think that is a big accomplishment for us, just even making it there, win or lose. But I think if we were to win that game, that would be making modern history for us. And also, I think it would change the perspective that the people of this community have on us, and it would make them enjoy watching Thrasher basketball again.
And I also feel like this is a huge opportunity for us and just everybody around us. And I just feel like we can learn so much from this game, whether we win or lose. Like Brooklyn said, it would just be a great and fun opportunity to have.
Yeah. Playing a big 3A school, I think they're number 2 in the state. That would help us to see where we stand at in the season.
In the year, yeah. And it's like we beat a really, 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 really good 2A team to get there, and it's just crazy to think of like how far we've come and how hard we've had to work to get to where we are. And I think it's just a really good opportunity for us to see where we are this late in the season, getting this close to playoffs and stuff, playing a really good 3A team.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of playoffs and getting close to this, as we get into the last 2 weeks of the season, this team is ranked number 3 in the state, is expected to contend for a district championship, a home playoff game or two, a trip to Jackson, and a state championship. Has it sunk into you guys that you are seen as one of the true contenders to have such a special season and maybe be in the big house for 1 or 2 days? Like, is that sunk into you guys yet that we're almost there?
I think it's really important to just take it one game at a time. It is a really cool and exciting thing to naturally think about because we haven't been there in however long, a really long time. But, you know, upsets can happen in the playoffs, and it's important that we just play our game. Every single game, we take it one game at a time. We focus on Boonville, and then we focus on our next big game and our next big game. And eventually, if that's God's plan, it'll play out that way if we get to make it that far. But it is a really cool and exciting concept to think about, and it's obviously what we're working towards. We're obviously working towards that. Everyone's working towards the big, obvious goal of it, but it's important that we just take it one game at a time and only focus on the next big goal ahead.
Yeah, I think that going along with what she said, just focusing on one game, one quarter at a time, I think that helps us. Just don't get ahead of yourself, because we kind of did that last year, and we should have won a game in the division tournament, but we ended up losing to a good team, and that kind of set us back. But I think just taking it one game at a time and just seeing where we're at, and just playing together and working together, and just taking it one game at a time has really helped us.
Yeah, our fizzle out last year at the end of the season really helped us realize this year that anything can happen, and we can't just assume that we're going to be going to the state championship just because we're ranked number 3. That doesn't matter. A team can beat you any night if you don't play your hardest. So I think it's important that we've learned that from last year, that we can't just go based off our record. We have to continue to live up to that.
Yeah.
All right. Last thing, what is one thing that you wish you could tell this community, these fans, about this team that would just seal the deal and convince them that, man, this team deserves all the support that I know that you deserve, that your coaches know you deserve, that your fans, that all these Rebels every day, all these little kids that look up to you guys and just live to see y'all play, that you could just, if you could just bottle that and show it to everybody in this community, that would make them turn out in droves to see you guys every night, what would that be?
I think they see some of it on the court, whether that be us working together or us just hungering for that win that we want, and just not giving up. And I think last year we kind of would give up some games and just let them have it. But this year I feel like we just continue to work, and there has been some games where we kind of sit down, but we end up picking it back up. And I think in the locker room, just our bonds with each other and how we connect on a personal level. It's not just us 3. We don't have islands, if you'd call it. It's us 3 and then other people. We all connect. We all have that bond with each other. And I think that's really important, especially on the court, connecting with each other with passes and stuff. So I think our bond really helps with that.
Yeah, and going on what she said, we all just love each other. We're all like sisters, and even our coach, we can, I know me personally, we consider our coach like our dad. It's all like a family. We're just a really big family, and I think that's important. Chemistry on and off the court is very important.
And I honestly want to add on to that and say holding each other accountable, but not in a bad way, because when you hold each other accountable, you're all working for a bigger and better goal. We all want to win, but we're also worried about how we're acting and how we're getting there, and making sure that everybody knows.
Yeah. On a person, holding each other accountable, not just in the sport, but on a personal level, how you're doing physically or mentally and spiritually.
Because Because at the end of the day, we're all working towards the same goal.
And like making sure when you criticize somebody, it's in a constructive way, because we all mess up. We
all get frustrated.
There are 32 minutes
We're
in a
human.
basketball game. You're gonna make a mistake. Nobody's ever gonna have a perfect game, and I just think being encouraging about that, because we know our team's ability, and just making sure like letting them know again to like refresh their memory. I feel like that's just a big thing too.
Because it's easy when you're in the game, heat of the moment, to get frustrated and down, but when you have that teammate who's like, come on, let's go, it doesn't matter, you realize what you did wrong, next play's yours, like, that's really empowering to have, because if you're tearing someone down, what's going to make them want to work harder and pick up the next one? They're just like, oh, well, I'm down, might as well stay down. But we're not like that. We're like, let's go.
And I think taking that mentality that we have and bringing it on the court, that helps our fans just see how we are and who we really are on a personal level. So I think that would make them want to support us and just be fans for us and just cheer us on every game and every chance that they get.
And it's very important for our fans to be positive
fans are
as well.
a huge deal in basketball games, and any athlete can back that up, because if you're, especially other people's fans, if they're being discouraging, that might make your team look bad too. But like when you have a good fan base, it's just a really big part of your program. Like it shows who you are. So I just feel like having a good fan base, we're just really grateful for that, because I know a lot of people have been showing up and being very supportive. Even like during the school day, they'll come up to us.
Because we haven't really had that in years previous. So it's really cool this year to see everybody getting out, and not only just getting out, but being positive. Like, we don't need you to come out and yell negative things at us or to our coaches or even to officials, but being very positive on everything is really, really important. It makes a big difference.
And like saying we haven't had that in a while, I think it's really cool to see like previous players, like alumni coming up and being excited about it.
We love it so much.
It's
like just getting them back excited for the sport.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a great episode of the Rebel Rattle. You can come out and see these ladies tomorrow night as they take on the Boonville Lady Blue Devils for the Prentiss County title. If you can't get out to see them, you will, Lord willing and the creek don't rise, be able to watch them right here on the Thrasher Rebel Athletics YouTube channel live, unfortunately with my commentary. But you'll get to see them play too, so that'll be great. I want to thank Brookelyn and Valerie and MaKayla for taking their time to be with us. And get out and see these ladies while you can, and let's let them know what this community means to us. But this has been the very first episode of the Rebel Rattle, and until next time, go Rebels!